Hey there everyone! Miss me? Because I really missed you. Let's see, where do I begin? I guess I begin with an apology. I am so sorry that I took such a long, unannounced, and unexpected break. And while I'm at it, I'll add another little apology here because the sound might be off, and New York City is super hot right now. It's early enough where all I need is my fan and not the actual air conditioner, but it might interfere with the audio, so I apologize if the audio is off. This background as well is different, and that is because I've switched offices with my daughter. I live in a 3-bedroom apartment. Our largest bedroom is our master bedroom that my husband and I use, and then the middle room was our office. Because I shared office space with my husband, we needed a large room for that, so the smallest room went to my daughters, and they were young enough where it wasn't an issue, but they've outgrown that room, and because I am the only one who actually needs a home office, we've decided to switch. So now I'm in the smaller bedroom. I am in the process of still clearing things out. I'm getting new furniture in, so this will not be my final background. We'll have this updated soon, hopefully. But yeah, I guess let's get back to the point of this video, why I was away for so long. And the short answer is basically my health. I had a lot of health issues come up. You know, in the beginning of the year, like so many of us in January, I was like, I'm gonna make my health a priority again. I'm gonna go see all of my doctors, get checkups and updates, and make sure I'm on the appropriate medications, and my health was not a priority for so long. As I've shared, in 2018 my mother was diagnosed with anal cancer, and then she was fine for 2 years or so, and then in October of last year it came back. She had to undergo an intense surgery with multiple components, and it was really hard on her. It was hard on all of us, and to be honest, it was difficult on me because I am her main caretaker. So I was going to the doctor's appointments, had to go to the hospital while she was there. After she was released from the hospital, she was released to a rehab, and I would go see her just about every day and cook for her sometimes because the meals weren't that great at the rehab center for a while. And then she came home to our apartment where I took care of her for another 3 weeks to a month before we felt comfortable enough that she could be home by herself because she lives by herself. So because of that and the insanity of the last 2+ years, my health has not been a priority at all. So this was the year that it was gonna change, that I was gonna focus on my health again. You know the saying, if you want to make God laugh, make a plan? Well, things did not go as planned. And in March, my health took a turn, and I became very sick, fatigued. I could not get out of bed for a long time, and I certainly did not feel well enough to bring out my equipment and start filming videos. Even though I had a lot that I wanted to share and talk about, I just could not. I'm not going to go too in-depth into what medical issues I was dealing with. I will do so in a video, in an upcoming video. I promise I'll share everything, but it was a few issues, and once I started feeling better, which I do, I feel much better now, every time I wanted to come back, there was just be another crisis in the world, something horrible would happen, and I just never felt like it was the right time to come back. Now, I'll take this opportunity to just remind folks that what you see on social media isn't, you know, people's entire lives. It's just an aspect of their lives. And speaking for myself, my social media is just a small component of what makes up my life. If you haven't been following me for a long time, you may not know that I've actually worked in public service for many, many years. I come from a very politically active family, and in 2010, I started working on the campaign of a very good friend of ours, and he was elected into state senate in the Northwest Bronx, and when he was elected, I went to work for him for a few years, and then after that, I worked for a former New York City Council speaker, and she was, at the time, the most powerful woman in New York City. Some would say the second most powerful politician in New York City after the mayor. It was an intense few years. I enjoyed it so much, and then I left that in 2017. I kind of left that working in politics in 2017 when I became pregnant with Clara, my second daughter. But I've always remained politically active. I host fundraisers. I'm involved with political and social movements, and so you may not know that if you only follow me on social media. You don't see that, but I care very much about what's happening in my community, in my city, in my state, in my country. And when I took a time off of social media, I really focused on what was happening in the world, what is happening, and I'm still focused on that. But I started this blog. If you don't know, I started my blog, domesticatedme.com, and this channel as my creative outlet, because before I worked in politics, I was in entertainment. I produced stand-up comedy shows in New York City, where we had a workout room for established writers and performers. So I had performers and writers from The Daily Show, Saturday Night Live, Colbert Report, late night television, people like Jim Gaffigan, John Oliver, Wyatt Cenac, who I went on and produced a show with later on. So that was my another aspect of my world. But since 2010, politics kind of just became this at the center of it. It was where I was working and where I was making my living, and so I started this as my creative outlet, which is why I focus this channel so much on just things that I really enjoy and love, like fashion and beauty and travel. And so it's just a reminder that even though you only see a certain aspect of people's channels or brands, it's not their whole world, and it doesn't mean that they don't care about other things. Hopefully they do, and if they don't, well then that's your decision to whether you want to still continue to support those creators. But anyway, so when I was ready to talk about the things that I enjoy about fashion and beauty and the things that I normally cover on my channel, I just felt like there was so much going on in the world that I just never felt comfortable, never felt like the right time to say, hey guys, I'm back, let's talk about this beauty product that I'm enjoying. But I think what's finally changed for me now is that I know like there may never be a right time, an appropriate time to come back. But I really did just miss you guys, and over the last couple of months I had some of you reach out to me in DMs and ask if I was okay, and I so appreciated that. It just really reminded me, I've always been appreciative of the support that you've given me, but it just really reminded me of how much this community that we've built together, these friendships, have really meant to, I know what it means for me, but the fact that some of you reached out to me too, it just really made me realize that this is a real connection. Even though, we may not be friends in IRL, in real life, I know that I've made really good connections with many of you, and that is real, and I miss you guys, and so I'm back. So I will start doing the videos that I normally do, the content that I normally cover. I love fashion, so I'll be talking about fashion. I love beauty, so I'll be talking about makeup and skincare and all of that. I'm going to start doing a little more travel, but also I would love your help in letting me know what you would like to see from my channel, what you are really interested in, what you're into right now, what you're watching on YouTube, and giving me any ideas of things that you'd like me to cover. I would really appreciate that. But yeah, I'm back, so stay tuned. Love you guys.